Hello, this is Joseph with the My Cross, His Grace podcast radio. Welcome back. The Forgotten Catholic Origins of the Notary Public. Okay, most people have at one time or another needed a document notarized. A signature, a seal, a stamp, something that makes it official. Have you ever wondered where the office of notary actually came from? Surprisingly, this everyday legal function has its roots deep in the history of the Catholic Church. You see, long before modern governments existed, the Church was not only the spiritual center of life, it was also the administrative and legal heart of society. In the early centuries of Christianity, literacy was rare. The clergy were among the few who could read and write. To record baptisms, marriages, contracts, and wills, the Church relied on educated clerics called notary or notaries. The notary, ecclesiasti, served as official recorders for bishops and popes. They wrote letters, recorded decrees, authenticated documents, and witnessed important transactions, both spiritual and civil. This was really very important even after the fall of Rome. Their work carried sacred weight because they were believed to serve truth, justice, and the Church's moral authority. In fact, the Papal notaries were seen as trusted servants both of God and of law. The office of notary, and it is a public office even today, actually traces even further back to the Roman Empire itself. The Roman notary were scribes and secretaries for imperial officials. When the Western Empire itself collapsed, the Church preserved this administrative structure, blending Roman law with Christian ethics. Thus, the Notary Public became a bridge between the sacred and the secular, a person whose word and seal stood for truth itself. So, by the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, notaries were indispensable. They authenticated property transfers, royal decrees, and church documents. Even kings and merchants depended on them to ensure that agreements were legitimate and enforceable. Their seals, often bearing the cross or ecclesiastical insignia, coat of arms, symbolize moral and divine witness to honesty and integrity. Over time, civil authorities adopted the notarial system for public use, and today notaries serve governments instead of the Church. Yet the moral function remains the same: to witness truthfully, to prevent fraud, and affirm that a person has signed off of their own free will. So the next time you see that notary stamp or signature, remember it's not just a bureaucratic formality. It's a living legacy from the Church. Its long history of preserving honesty, order, and trust in human affairs. A seal of truth that actually began at the altar. History lives in the everyday, even in the signature that we sign. The papal notary of today, while most notaries today serve governments or businesses, there is still actually an office of the notary that still exists within the Vatican itself. It's preserved as part of the Church's ancient legal and administrative tradition. Now, inside the Roman Curia, which is the central governing body of the Catholic Church, there are still officials known as apostolic or papal notaries. And their job is to authenticate, witness, and preserve official documents issued by the Pope and the Holy See, and things like papal bulls, decrees, and other canonical acts. These notaries don't handle everyday contracts like buying a car or notarizing a will. Instead, they ensure that the Church's own legal documents are properly recorded, witnessed, and sealed. They function under the apostolic chancery and the tribunals of the Holy See, such as the Roman Rota or the Apostolic Signatura, which are the Vatican's equivalent of Supreme Courts. The title, Protonotary Apostolic, is one of the highest ranks among these church notaries. It's an honorary title, often granted to senior priests recognized for distinguished service. Historically, these protonotaries were responsible for drafting and recording papal letters and major acts. Today, many hold ceremonial or administrative duties, but the title still honors that ancient office. So yes, the Papal Notary still exists, though in a more limited and specialized form. It remains a direct link to the Church and the centuries-old role as the guardian of truth and of law. This is Joseph. You've been listening to and watching the My Cross, His Grace podcast radio. We'll see you on the next video.